Thank you everyone for coming to the Wellness Lunch and Learn. We are here to have a presentation over steps towards happiness. As you guys know, we are always working towards mindfulness, and so we have our presenters here, Miss Donna and Miss Shonda. They're from our home office from LSS, and they are going to share a presentation over happiness. So let's give them a round of applause. Hello, welcome. Can you hear me okay? All right, very good. Just a little caveat. I was a teacher for about 10 years, and so if I ask you to raise your hand, or if you decide you want to even maybe scratch the top of your head, I will assume that you're volunteering, so just to let you know. All right, just to know, just to remind you, you're in the right place. Simple steps towards happiness. I'm Donna Adams and Shonda Smith. We are both social workers. If any of you enjoy research, we have lots and lots of research articles that we'll be alluding to throughout the presentation. And I do have a whole stack here. And so if that's something that you particularly enjoy, just let me know. Then we'll make sure that you have a look at some of these. Also, we have a reference sheet. So they're all the articles here for those of you that really do enjoy it. And you can always look these up for yourself. Anyway, we're going to get started. Shonda? Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Oh, the recording, yes. So just to let you know, you have to watch everything you say because you're going to be recorded today. Isn't that nice? No, I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding about the recording. You say whatever you want to. All right. All right. So our motto or our mission, and I don't know if anybody knows what our mission is. I'm sure you've experienced that here because Beth is just amazing, as well as we have other staff with us, and thank you so much for being here. Denise is also with us here from the home office. She has saved my life more than once, just like Shonda has, so we're just so thrilled to have them here. The mission is from John 10:10, older adults living life to the fullest. Did you know that we are the largest nonprofit in the entire St. Louis area? So that's kind of fun. You're part of something that's very big and growing and exciting. We're also one of the largest nonprofit senior living providers in the entire United States. There we go. We serve in both Missouri and Illinois. We have life plan communities as we have here. Reach short stay, affordable housing. Anybody heard of our affordable housing communities? Okay. Oh, good. Okay. All right. We have several locations. We have some in St. Louis City, St. Louis County. I believe we have one in Illinois. So if you ever get a chance, they're kind of fun to get to visit some of those places. And home and community-based services is what we're part of. We're actually called Aging Answers. And Aging Answers, so if you decide you ever want to make a phone call, so you think, I think I'll just call this number today. And it's 314-446-2475. So we're going to repeat that together. Are you ready? 314-446-2475. That's right. And when you dial that number, guess who you're going to talk to? Shonda. And she is amazing. She's our information and referral specialist. She knows everything about community resources. In fact, she has published her resource list. And it's a wonderful thing. She knows everything about what you were afraid to ask. You can call and ask her. We offer case management. That's mostly what I do. We have an Eliezer program for those who have served the church, a Good Neighbor program, affordable care, and we have a chaplain, too, who offers spiritual care. So happiness, we're going to be sharing. So this is kind of an icebreaker. I know all of you know each other, but you know what? I don't know you. So we're going to answer some of these questions if you would like. Where were you born? Can you describe the town or neighborhood you grew up in? What's the story behind your name? What did you do for fun when you were a child? What were your childhood favorites? Food, movie, game, colors? What inventions, fad, or world events do you remember most vividly? What was your favorite vacation? Who were your best friends growing up? And what is something you always wanted to try? So I'm going to give you just a minute or so, or maybe less, for you to think about that. Shonda and I are going to share first. In fact, Shonda, go.
Okay.
Poor Shonda. No, I'll actually start first, and then it's Shonda next. Something I always wanted to try. I grew up with 5 brothers. I don't know, does anyone have brothers? All right, yeah. So if you do, you'll understand that I had to learn how to defend myself. And plus, I learned lots of very active sports and other things. And one of my brothers especially always wanted to skydive. And he has talked me into that. He said, you know, someday you're going to skydive with me. And I said, oh, okay, I guess I'm going to do that. So that's something I always wanted to try. And Shonda?
All right, I couldn't work the mic. So what I would like to share is what did I do for fun when I was a child? So let me mention this. I have 2 children. They are gamers. Me, what I did as a child for fun is I stayed outside. My mom would ride by and say, don't let the street light hit you. So that meant I had to be home before the street lights came on. However, I would be outside from sun up, and right before sun came down, I'll be running home.
Anyone else want to share? Okay, hold on. I'm going to bring the microphone there. Can you put that just right there? Oh, thank you.
I just wanted to say I was like Shonda.
That was me, Shonda, playing outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are some fun
Fun time.
Anybody else? All right. Well, if you change your mind, let me know, because we'll make sure to hand you the microphone. All right. So we're going to be thinking about this. What does happiness mean to you, and what things make you happy? So this is one of my favorite definitions of happiness. First of all, the experience of joy. So I always think of happiness as feeling joyful, just full of joy. Oh my goodness. You're so excited that you feel like you're just bubbling over. Contentment. When you are joyful, do you feel content? I think I feel that way too. Like, I am so happy. Everything is just going well. I'm here. I get to work with you today, and I get to work with Shonda and Beth and Denise and everyone else. So to me, I feel very content. Positive well-being. So when you're happy, do you feel positive? Yeah, you feel positive too. Combined with a sense that one's life is good, meaningful, and worthwhile. Now, I don't know if some of you knew that, and I'm sure many of you do, but we have neurotransmitters in our brain. So our brain, I don't know, there's like different ways of thinking about it. I always think of it like as a train. So you got they move from one place to another in your brain, and there are certain things that would, I'd like to talk a little bit about that. So dopamine. Anyone heard of dopamine before? You've heard of it. Okay. That is a feel-good transmitter. So neurotransmitter. So if someone says, I really feel good today. Oh my goodness. I just feel great. You know that's their dopamine talking, right? How about when you feel good, like your mood? You have a really high mood. You're getting good sleep. You know what that is? That is serotonin. Anyone ever heard of serotonin? Okay, yeah, that's what that is. Endorphin. Anyone know what endorphins do? No? Okay. So endorphins, they're actually natural pain relievers. So when someone says, you know what, I don't really feel that much pain, and that always amazes me, but some people really don't. And that's probably their endorphins going to work. And then we have something called oxytocin. That is the love hormone. So you know people who are in love, they have lots and lots of plenty of oxytocin. Now, anyone like to stretch? Okay, you like to stretch? Yep. You like to maybe have you ever tried like exercises in your chair? All right, yeah, all right. Anybody, I don't know if you get to go outside or not, or walk, but if we're even walking the halls, so that's always nice to be able to exercise. You know that the Department of Health and Senior Services, have you ever heard of that before? Health and Senior Services? Okay. So a long time ago, many, many years ago, about 10 years ago, they reported that regular exercise reduced your mortality for up to 30%. So that means you will live longer just with a little bit of exercise. The Journal of Gerontology, anyone ever heard of that before? Journal of Gerontology? No? Okay. Another research journal, they published a study regarding how aerobic exercise increased your brain volume. So you actually use more of your brain when you are exercising. In 2009, Harvard Health Publications and American Psychological Association, for those of you who are writers, that's the APA, noted that even a little exercise caused the brain to produce chemicals such as, okay, endorphin, anything else? Dopamine, okay, so you remember them. Yep, that's right, that's exactly it. That's what they said exercise did. Even 3 times a week, even a little bit. So just stretching in your chair, moving your arms around a little bit. Maybe just whatever you do really does help. Now, this is where your fruit bars. So anybody have a fruit bar today? Do you see them on your table? Okay. Well, do you know fruit does help you? So if you eat, let's say, an apple. Anybody like apples? Okay. Now, apples help your body develop resistance against infections. So that's what is that saying? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. That's it. Yep. How about blueberries? So blueberries. Okay, blueberries protect your heart. So that's really great. Mangoes. Anybody eat a bar today with mango in it? All right. Mangoes protect against several kinds of cancer. So there's some real benefits to eating really all fruits, but these in particular. Also, there is more. So there's much more that helps to maintain happiness and also improve your memory. Anybody take vitamin D? Okay. Vitamin D is very good for you. It helps improve your memory and increase happiness. Foods that contain vitamin E, or if you take vitamin E, food rich in folic acid, chocolate. Anyone have chocolate? Okay, good. Eat chocolate. And the one that was left on the table is 72% chocolate, so that's good. Ghirardelli is one of my favorite. Foods rich in omega-3 fatty acids, like, anybody like fish? Okay, fish, salmon, tuna, all of those things, very good for you. Even walnuts, so if you really like walnuts, that's a good thing. Anybody, and you can say whatever you want at any time. And if you want to raise your hand, then you will also receive the microphone, so you can talk. Learning. What do you think is important about learning? Why does learning create happiness? Anybody know? No? Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Somebody said something.
Makes you smarter.
Makes you smarter. Okay, that's right. Very good. Anybody here use the library? I don't know if there's a library here. Use it online. Okay. That's really good because it's a great place to learn. So even if you get like on the website for the library, you can sign up for different classes that they have. You can read books. that are really excellent. The U.S. News and World Report. I don't know, has anyone ever read that before? Okay, yeah. So in 2012, they published an article called Learning Leads to Happiness. And I bet you don't know what they said. All right, what they said is, people who like to learn, are better at solving problems. Did you know that? So if you like to learn, you're really good at problem solving. I wonder why that is. So you might learn about, like the other day, which I'm not really computer savvy, but my son is learning all about it in his computer science courses. He said, "Mom, let me show you something." And I said, "Okay." So he showed me like different tricks of how to cut and paste and move and do all these things on the computer. Well, that helped me, and then I felt smarter. And so when he left for the day, I sat back down and I thought, what did he just say? I didn't even take notes. But I did remember a few things, and it made my life much easier. And I was able to solve some of my problems on my own. So that was great. And then, anybody like to travel? You like to travel? Okay, traveling is good. Or even if you watch a travel channel, or if on the computer you read about different countries, or I think on Channel 9, if you watch that, there's different shows about traveling to other countries. So in 2015, the United Kingdom surveyed many adults and found that adults who continue learning about traveling, even if you're learning about it, they're able to maintain and improve their mental well-being. So that's kind of neat. So you're learning about different cultures. Maybe you're learning another language. And so that's really helpful for both your mental health and your happiness. Also, people who learn more about other cultures and learn other languages tend to live longer. So you're living longer and you're living happier. And plus you're more enriched because you know more about, know about other people and what they do and the languages they speak and maybe their food that they enjoy, the dancing and things like that. Spirituality and happiness, we're going to look at that as well. So spirituality can be defined as a sense of connection to something larger than ourselves. Anyone like to attend? I don't know if you have services here or if you have, you do? Okay, yeah. And if you have chaplains also? All right, good. That is really great because for some, believing in God provides them with feelings of comfort. So that's really important. Belonging, relationship, self-worth, and meaning. So these are all very important. Also, according to research, people who are spiritual, so this is research, this is like research that was done by those who were not necessarily religious themselves. According to research, people who are spiritual tend to be more generous. Can you imagine? So they see that as you're being more generous, caring, empathetic. Do you feel that way? Yeah. How about reflective? So you reflect about something more. And happy. Overall spirituality can improve both our physical and mental health. So it's very, very important. Now, anybody... Oh,
Hi.
We'll get started. Now, we're going to... anybody ever heard of MindSpace? So it's a site that you can go on, and this happens to be one of them. So this is where you learn a little bit about breathing, like slowing down your breathing and calming down. You can do that very quickly. In fact, this takes about 1 minute just to calm ourselves down. So we're gonna go through this. You might want to check the X.
And welcome to Headspace. So no matter what's going on in your life right now, no matter how many thoughts are racing around your mind, no matter how the body's feeling, just take a moment to sit down and take a big deep breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. As you breathe in, a sense of taking in fresh air, the lungs expanding. As you breathe out, a sense of letting go of any stress in the body, in the mind, just feeling the muscles soften and relax. And close your eyes if you like to, one more, breathing deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just take a moment to pause, allow the thoughts to come and go, and then just gently opening the eyes again.
Okay.
Hi, and welcome to Headspace.
Now, I don't know if any of you have ever met anyone who might have maybe kind of they're feeling down, not just one day, but many days in a row. Maybe they stop eating, maybe stop doing the activities they're kind of used to, things like that. So if you find someone like that, it could be that possibly they might be not feeling great about themselves and their life. And there is a suicide line. It's called Suicide Prevention Lifeline. So if you know someone like that and you think, wow, I know they're not doing that well, they're a family member, they're a friend, maybe yourself, this is an easy way to be able to talk to someone. There's a 1-800 number, or you can just dial 988 on your phone, and then you'll be able to talk to a suicide and crisis counselor right away. Also, for those of you who are staff members, so you work here at Lutheran Senior Services, there's an employee assistance program, and so I wanted to make sure that you were aware of the number in case you needed it. We actually, Shonda and I had to do some research to find that, so it is great, and you can connect right away with a counselor. Behavioral health response, and I have cards in case any of you are interested later. It is a local crisis line number that you call. They also will mobilize a response team, so if they feel like someone is in great danger, they will have a psychiatrist and other counselors to be able to help. So it's called Behavioral Health Response, and this is the number.
Thank you. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about self-care, because in order to be happy, we have to implement self-care. So what is self-care? It is the state of the mind to help you regulate emotions and self-awareness. Selected actions that restore balance in our personal and professional lives. So how many of you ever heard this saying, you need to take care of yourself in order to take care of others? How many of you heard that saying? Yeah, we have to be good to ourselves in order to be good to others. And just here in a second, I'm going to tell you what the National Institute of Mental Health believes about self-care also. So again, what is self-care? Activities you do on a regular to help reduce stress, sleep. How many of you feel like you get a full night's sleep? Oh, good. Creating and maintaining boundaries. So that's with anyone, any relationship. It is important that we create healthy boundaries with anyone we have a relationship with. That is a form of self-care. Exercise, and I want to reiterate what Donna said earlier about exercise because it's very important. Physical exercise. So exercise. Department of Health and Senior Services in 2002 reported that regular exercise reduced mortality up to 30% for men and women. That is very important. Vacationing. How many people take a vacation every year? Every weekend or however? I try to plan a vacation at least once a year. Oh yeah, you're on vacation now? So therapy is another form of self-care. Good support, social support. How many of you have friends that you can call on? Good, me too. So I want to include this. it kind of goes back to, in order to be good to others, we have to be good to ourselves. So I wanted to kind of talk about this a little bit. Compassion fatigue, also known as burnout. It is shared traumatic stress and shared traumatic reality. According to American Sociology Association, Association finds that burnout can result in depression, anxiety, physical, and emotional exhaustion, less enjoyment of work. So just meaning that when we're burnt out, we can't be good to others. So it's important that we take care of our own self-care and mental health. Self-Care National Alliance of Mental Health Illness. So recommends creating a toolbox of coping mechanisms. So let's talk about the toolbox. The toolbox doesn't have to be a physical box where you drop in little notes and little reminders. It could be a mental box, right? Where we kind of have these go-tos when we're feeling down, or we have that social support I talked about earlier when we're feeling down. So according to Alliance of Mental Health, it is important that we have that toolbox. Now, we can have a physical toolbox where we drop some notes in. It's just all about what you would consider your go-to. So examples include talking to a friend, meditate or take a nap, exercise, or go for a walk. So I do want to talk about just a little bit about what the National Institute of Mental Health believes about, a little bit about what I've shared earlier. So according to the National Institute of Mental Health, self-care means taking time to do things that help you live well, improve both your physical health and mental health. When it comes to your mental health, self-care can help you manage stress, lower your risk of illness, increase your energy. Even small acts of self-care in your daily life can impact your self-care. So self-care can look different for many of us. Anyone want to share what they do for self-care?
Yoga.
Yep. Yeah. I've tried yoga before. Anyone else?
Take a nap.
Good. I like that. I like that. I need to add that to my list. Okay. Anyone else?
Gardening.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. See, everyone has a different form of self-care. It doesn't have to look the same, right? So I want to talk a little bit about what the Institute of Mental Health says about exercise. Just 30 minutes of walking every day can boost your mood and improve your health. Small amounts of exercise add up. However, don't be discouraged. Even if it says 30 minutes, you can break it up. You can do 20 minutes of exercise, 10 minutes of exercise, just that 30 minutes of exercise, okay? And it also says eating healthy. Like Donna mentioned earlier, those healthy foods. It says eat healthy meals, regular meals, stay hydrated. A balanced diet and plenty of water can improve your energy and your focus throughout the day. Also, limit your caffeine. I like coffee, just a little bit. Anybody else like coffee? Okay. Make sleep a priority. Stick to a schedule and make sure you're getting enough sleep. And then it also says blue light from devices. Could be a phone, can be a computer, laptop. It says blue light from devices and screens can make it harder to fall asleep at night. So reduce that blue light exposure from your phone or your computer before bedtime. So maybe like an hour in advance, say, okay, no more computer, no more phone. I need to make sure I get a full night of sleep. Try a relaxing activity. Explore relaxation or wellness programs or apps, which may incorporate meditation, muscle relaxation, or breathing exercises like we just did earlier. That's a good place to start. I know Donna got that video off of YouTube, Headspace. That can help a little bit, right? Schedule regular times for these or other healthy activities you enjoy, such as journaling, which leads me to Donna.
Excellent. Thank you, Shonda. Shonda's our mental health expert, so she's always a good one to talk to. All right. Anybody like to journal or kind of, okay, good. We see some hands already. So one thing I like to kind of think about is gratitude. I really enjoy journaling what I appreciate. And I appreciate so many of you here. I appreciate being here and being able to present this all about happiness and improving your happiness and everything else. Anybody know what they're grateful for? Just one thing.
Eyesight.
Eyesight. Okay. All right. Good. Anybody else?
Children, health.
Oh, children, health. Okay. Great. Oh,
Living here.
living here. Okay. Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah.
Christian parents.
Christian parents. Okay. Yeah, that's a blessing to have parents who are Christians. Absolutely.
Good friends.
Good friends. Oh, absolutely. What would we do without good friends? They have saved my life so many times. Yeah.
Clean air and clean water.
Clean air and clean water. Yes, absolutely. So true. So true. Anyone else? All right. So, and I don't know if all of you can reach that, but I think most of you should have this in front of you on the table. I think everyone received a copy. I do see one on the floor, so I don't know, but so it's called Action for Happiness. And this is especially for those who like to write, or you like to journal, or you just something to think about. Okay, good. So everyone, if you don't have your copy, just let us know, because I do have a couple extra. All right, so we're going to talk about different, oh, I'm sorry, anybody not get a copy? Oh. Okay, could be we didn't, you got more, okay, yeah. So Shonda and Beth will make sure that you get your copies. So we're going to talk about all of these different areas. The first is giving. Can anyone think about what giving is? We often thought about like giving money or giving food, but it's much, much more than that. So what is something we can give to someone to make them feel better? Your time, yes.
A hug.
A hug, oh my goodness, yes. Smiles, oh my goodness, yes, absolutely. Prayers, yes. This is all giving. This is all considered giving. Very good. How about relating? So relating is very, very important. This is where we have, who can we relate to, do you think? Maybe friends, maybe family members. Why do you think that's important to have friends? It makes you happy. That's right. That's right. It makes you happy. It improves our happiness. It improves our overall well-being. And it lengthens our life. It improves it overall. So how about exercising? I know Shonda and I have both talked about exercising. So how does exercise help?
Makes you feel good when you're done.
Okay. Maybe not while you're exercising, but definitely when you're done. Thank you, Beth. That is so true. All right. What about appreciating? That's very similar to giving. Okay, saying thank you. Please and thank you. Maybe some of you are really good about maybe picking up your phone and calling somebody and just telling them how much you appreciate what they did. You know how good that makes other people feel? You know that you actually feel better when you do that, even better than the person that received the compliment. Isn't that funny? How about trying out? Anyone try something new? Let's see, what is today, Thursday? How about this week? You tried something new this week. Anybody? This, okay, yes, absolutely. This is something new. This is absolutely, thank you. This is something new. Trying out things helps improve your memory, and it helps improve your happiness. So both kind of go hand in hand in many, many ways, trying something new. So this week, let's see, I met with lots of clients. I get to see Shonda a couple times a week, so that's kind of new for me. I do a lot of new things during the day, which I absolutely love. And so it's fun for me to try out something new. How about direction? So direction is kind of like setting goals. Anyone is a goal setter here? You like to set like small goals? Or okay, good. Good. It's very healthy to set goals. So if we have no goals, then we sometimes don't know exactly what we're aiming for. So it's good. You know, what is your goal today? How about in giving, like giving someone a smile? Relating. What is your goal for maybe meeting new people? Exercising, if we haven't done that today or this week. Appreciating the world around you, especially appreciating the people that you know. Trying out something new, maybe meeting someone you haven't met before. And all this has to do with direction. Short-term goals, long-term goals, very good for you. Do you know resilience? So it's funny because I worked, when I was teaching for 10 years, my 10 years were with middle school students. And you know, no one likes to teach middle school students, but I did. And you know what? Because I really felt sorry for them. I thought, this is really tough. You know, they're dealing with all these changes in themselves, and all of a sudden they get paranoid for the first time. They think everyone's talking about them, and all of these things. And one thing that they asked me, and I'm sure that you get asked this question too, how did you do it? How did you make it? Why are you doing so well? You know, people want to know that, especially young people. They want some kind of a path. They want a guide. They want someone to say, they want to know that everything's going to be okay. And so resilience is part of that. What makes you resilient? And if you think about it, you'll know. Anybody think about what do you say makes you resilient? You lived this long, you're doing well. What did you do in your life differently that you can think that maybe, I don't know, maybe was different from what you've noticed before?
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Anyone else do that? In fact, Shonda just told me that. I tend to be overcritical, and Shonda said exactly that. Don't sweat the small stuff. And I thought, oh my goodness, that is brilliant. Absolutely. Anybody else? Don't sweat the small stuff.
How do you define small stuff?
Small stuff.
Simple things. I'll give
Okay.
you an example. I'm running late. I'm overwhelmed. I'm stressed out because I'm running late, right?
Right. Does it make?
Yeah.
But we already know everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It might be in the moment that we're stressed out. Oh my gosh, I'm running late. But you know, people are kind of forgiving. To be honest, people are very forgiving. They understand. How about emotion? So it's very important to be able to understand our emotions. And we feel differently. Sometimes people feel differently all day long. So maybe in the morning you feel one way, and 5 minutes from that time you feel a different way, and maybe an hour from them it's different. But it's really good to maybe be able to understand our emotions. And it's okay. It's okay to not always be happy. You know, it's okay. It's okay if we want to talk to someone about something that's bothering us. It's okay. So it is good to maybe, you know, understand our emotions. How about acceptance? Have you ever looked in a mirror? Because I know I have trouble with this. I look in a mirror and all I can see are my flaws. Anyone do that? I do that all the time. And you know, it's really unhealthy. So it is for me, for sure. And so it's very important to be able to accept ourselves. Like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm not perfect. I have many things that I would like to improve, but you know what? I'm okay. And because I'm okay, you're okay. And so it does, and I know Shonda has really taught me that you know, everything's going to be all right. You know, so what? You did that today, it'll be different tomorrow. So that's good. Meaning. How do we bring meaning into our life? Anybody think of a way that makes your life more meaningful?
Helping others.
Helping others, yes, absolutely, helping others.
Dogs.
Dogs, okay. Anybody? Okay, dogs. All right, good. If you own a dog, yeah, very good. I think someone here owns a bird. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's really nice. It brings meaning into your life. Maybe friends, family members, coworkers. All right. And we kind of talked a little bit about this already. And so this is all in your book. So if you have a booklet, you can kind of look through it and just think about these things. When do you stop and take notice about anything? What new things have you tried recently? How about today? All right. How do you bounce back in tough times? Really important to think about. What are you feeling about your life? What does the real you look like? And what gives your life meaning? So these are all very important. And daily mindfulness. Anyone enjoy, I don't know if you tried that deep breathing exercise, but does anyone have something that they do to help you calm down? So you're stressed out and you think, oh my goodness, boy, I really need to do blank to make me feel better.
Say a prayer.
Say a prayer. Okay, very good.
The word help.
Okay, help. Okay, good. Yeah, that's a good one.
To the Lord. Say
To the Lord, absolutely. Help.
You got me in this mess.
Yeah, there you go. You got me in this mess. You get me out. Okay, good.
Sometimes washing your hands with cold water, or like putting cold water.
Oh, cold water. That's a really good one. Yeah, to wake you up. How about 3 good things? You know, sometimes you get up and you think, I can't think of one good thing that happened yesterday or today. But you know what? It's amazing. I mean, just waking up, that's one good thing right there. Waking up, okay? Maybe you can feel your fingers. That's good. Some people don't have fingers. Maybe you're, I don't know, you're living, breathing, you're here. I mean, this is amazing. You had an amazing lunch, and Beth is here, and Denise is here, and Shonda's here, and everyone.
Your electricity.
Electricity, oh my gosh, electricity, no kidding. Yes. Shelter, some people don't have shelter. Running water, some people don't have running water. I mean, these are all things that sometimes we don't think about, but really important to think of these 3 things at least. And once you think of 3 things, you know how easy it is to think of others. All of a sudden you think, oh my goodness, now 4, now 5, now 6, and so on. Letter of thanks. Now, I don't know if everyone writes, or maybe you call, or maybe you text, or maybe you email, but you know, people love to hear thank you. And you know how good that makes you feel? So I remember every now and then I like to write a thank you note, or I like to send a text, or just tell people thank you. And you know, when they say, oh, I received this, and it just made my day, you know how it makes me feel? Like, amazing. I just felt like I won the lottery or something, you know? I mean, they're happy, it makes me even happier. So just remembering to thank people. Extra acts of kindness. And this isn't much. And some of you mentioned some of these already earlier. So this would be things like, thank you, or please, or wow, that was so nice of you to do that. Or this was a delicious lunch, or this is an amazing presentation. Or I'm just an amazing person overall, right? You're thinking about that already. Or just to think of, you know, something kind to do for someone else. I saw someone help somebody else just at the tables here. You just helped them out. I mean, what a nice thing to do for someone. I'm sure you can think of many acts of kindness. Anyone had something nice done to them today or yesterday, anytime this week that you can remember? Yeah, okay.
A friend, a coworker helped me get a splinter out of my foot.
Wow, a splinter out of her foot. That is really, really nice. Yeah, that's very
I think it's
nice.
always nice when somebody just holds the door open for you.
Oh, wow, no kidding. Hold the door open for you. Yes, absolutely. That is wonderful. Very good, thank you. Use your strengths. So one thing, I know Shonda and I were talking about that earlier today, and with me, I know that my strength, I love to be in front of groups. I mean, I am an extrovert, and so this is giving me like tons of energy, so I will be going for the rest of the day because I feel so good. Shonda loves to speak one-on-one to someone. That does a lot for her, and that gives her energy. So it's really important to know what are your strengths, and then to work in those strengths, because it does help you, and it maintains your happiness and your cognitive well-being. What are your strengths?
We got the perfect one to ask about strength. Beth.
Oh, Beth, okay, all right.
I did a strongman contest last weekend.
Strongman contest, oh my goodness. That is,
She got first place.
wow, how exciting. Wow, good for you. All right, that's impressive. Very good. She has strengths, absolutely. And she's strong. Look for the good in people. That's one of my challenges, is I tend to be overcritical. And I don't like that about myself. So one thing I try to do is before I say my first word, I think, let's think of something positive. Like, you look so nice today, and I just appreciate your smile. And thank you so much for all. And before I know it, I've forgotten all about complaining. I forgot about all the critical things I was going to say, because now I realize that person is just amazing. So it's very important to look for the good in other people. All right. So we want to thank you so much for allowing us to be here. This was just a thrill for us and an honor for sure. Anyone have any questions about anything that we talked about? Beth?
I just want to talk about like self-talk, you know, because you guys, everything that you're saying is on point, but then it's like, are we actually doing that self-talk, or when we get into that negative cycle? You know, we talked about how to get out of it if you go for a walk or take a nap, but I mean, it is that constant.
Yeah, that negative. What would you say, Shonda?
So, I like to talk about the constant reminders, like Donna said earlier, kind of when we're thinking we're going that direction, we have to redirect ourselves. It talks about the state of the mind, right? So when you're going there, have that awareness moment. Hey, I'm going somewhere I shouldn't be going with this. Let's think of the positive things. Or let's go back to that toolbox I talked about in your social support. Just when you feel like you're going there, you're in that moment where, hey, this could go bad. This is negative. I have these negative thoughts in my mind right now that I know isn't good. You have to turn to all the things that make you happy, all the things that are positive, and just kind of reassure yourself, I can do this. I can think positive, and kind of put your mind in that place where you remember the good things.
How many of us have those negative thoughts?
Everybody. We all, it's just human nature, right? We all think all the what ifs and all the crazy things before the positive things. So, yeah, just putting yourself in that place where you remember the good times is very important.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Done, are you?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Beth.
Just getting started.
Thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed the presentation and your lunch. We'll give them a round of applause.